Live and on the air. Adam B. Arnson, your sports director here at Coin 6. And boy, we are, 28 minutes, 27 minutes away from first pitch. Beavers and USC for a spot in the Super Regionals. It is going to be exciting stuff today down at Goss Stadium. Oregon State putting together an enormous outing yesterday in 2 wins, outscoring both St. Mary's and USC by a total of 30 runs, 34-4. That is what happened. So, as I said last night on the late news, save some of these runs. Save some of these. You're going to need them for today. So, Oregon State throwing today because, of course, all these guys are crammed into such a short window. And so they're going to throw Mr. DeCreamer out there. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. He has appeared in, now I get the starting lineup as well. But James DeCreamer, 2-0 record, a 5.2 ERA this season. And he has appeared in, 22 games? 13 appearances, excuse me. And this is just going to be his second start of the year. So here's what's got to happen early. Much like it did against St. Mary's yesterday and against the Trojans in the first game or the late game last night, Oregon State has got to set the tone early. They cannot let USC get 2-3 runs and play from behind. That's not Oregon State's forte. What they need to do is get a big lead, 3, 4, 5 runs, and hold on to that. And it's going to be all hands on deck with that pitching staff. I assure you, Mitch Canham will be doing the right thing, making the right moves. Yesterday, so cool just to see what they did in that game against USC by implementing small ball. So difficult to get stuff like that done during a game. Lay down bunts, not knowing if what pitch is coming. That's difficult, but it's placement where they're laying the balls down, and boy, they just did it perfectly last night. Easton Talt, Dallas Macias, and who was the other one who laid down that perfect bunt? Was that Cannon Reeder, I believe. By the way, here's your starting lineup. Let me give you that. Your starting lineup for today, Easton Talt going to be at the top. I have Arquette, Gavin Turley, Wilson Weber, Trent Caraway, Singer, Reeder, Macias, Peterson, and then DeCreamer on the hill. So can Oregon State get it done? I mean, I have seen so much magic down there at Goss, you guys, over the last 20 years or so. 2006 and 2007. Remember, they played USC in a super regional before. Who awaits the winner? If Oregon State does come out tonight, they're going to play and they're going to host Florida State in Corvallis. That'll be next weekend, starting on Friday. So all things good if Oregon State can put it all together and come out with a win. But it shows you how difficult it is. You lose that first game and you got to battle your way through the loser's bracket. It is not easy at all. Excuse me. So we'll see how it all goes. But again, you could say this about any game, any league, anytime. Get out to a quick lead. Although the NBA playoffs, maybe not there. We've seen teams in the NBA playoffs this season alone just come through, have a 20-point lead, and just blow it right after that. So we saw that numerous times. I do have a special guest, and I'm going to bring her on right now because she is on the front lines. She's none other than Brenna Green. Brenna, let me see if I can do this the right way. Boom. There you are. From your car, even. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, here we go. Clearly the front lines at Oregon State today have to do with the parking garage meters. Disaster. Anyways, so this was the only way I was going to be able to make it. So here we are in the parking garage at right next to Goss Stadium. So there you go.
You know, I love it, too. They were showing on the broadcast last night, Brenna, they were showing guys up there just sitting in the tailgate of their car with the back, hatch open up and just sitting there, feet kicked up. I mean, best seat in the house if you're just paying for the parking price, right?
Yeah, and parking is free in this parking structure on Saturdays and Sundays. So therefore, nobody was paying yesterday.
Wow.
So there you go. Yeah.
And they got to see all those runs as well.
They got this dialed. Yeah, all 34 of them. So.
Oh my goodness, that was as you kind of were there witnessing it all. I mean, you and I were actually talking on the phone, and you're like, they scored another run. They scored another run. And my joke was like, let's save some of these for tomorrow. And that does ring true right now because Oregon State outscores their two opponents yesterday by 30 runs combined. And I've just been talking about, getting off to a fast start if they can build an early lead and just take that momentum. But what they have to do, and is going to be a must, carry some of that momentum that they had yesterday into today and ride the wave of that home crowd, right?
Yeah, 20 runs in that first game was a program record for runs in the postseason. Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have guessed that? So, yeah, it definitely feels like they have momentum back down here for sure. The thing that is the most interesting, at least for me in terms of pitchers, is that because this is their fifth game, you're going to have somebody out there who traditionally is definitely not a starter. And I looked it up. The guy who's starting on the mound has not played since May 13th. So, last time he played was against University of Portland. So definitely somebody who was not traditionally in the rotation during even the weekend games, most likely. He's more of a midweek guy. So that's definitely something to look out for. I'm very interested to see if Nelson Keljo comes in at some point during this game. It seemed, all indications were that they thought he would be ready to go today. So interested to see about that. Interested to see if Segura comes back and plays because he only pitched one inning.
Right.
Does he have it? Does he have it in him to turn around, wipe the slate clean, and come in and play? That is something I'm really fascinated in because he doesn't have that many pitches because it didn't go well.
It didn't go well at all. No.
First game. So I'm interested to see if he ends up here.
Yeah, there is James DeCreamer. I've got his stats here. 2-0 record, 5.82 ERA, 1.71 WHIP. Only 21.2 innings this season, and during those 21.2, 2/3 of an inning, he's got 22 Ks and 9 walks. So you're right. I think what Mitch Canham really wants is if you can give me 2, possibly 3 solid innings, let's do that. Yeah. But it is literally all hands on deck today, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, really tough to win a Monday game when you're coming out of the loser's bracket. It's very, very difficult. I think so far there's one game that's being played, and last time I checked, the 5th seed North Carolina was taking care of Oklahoma, and one of the reasons why is because it's just really difficult to, play that extra game. How many times are you playing 5 games in 4 days? It's just not something normal in baseball.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I was going to see if USC has released their lineup, and they have not. I'm curious who is going to be throwing for them today. Wait, can you say that again?
I know who's throwing for them. Caden Hunter is throwing for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be, listen, both these teams are going to lay it all on the line today. This is win or go home. Your season is over if you do not win today. A lot of pressure, but I think pressure, what is the term, Brenna? Something about pressure and diamonds.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Pressure makes diamonds. Is that simple?
Yes.
Yeah, pressure makes diamonds. Yes. And maybe it will happen on the diamond, but I think over time at Oregon State, that's kind of how they're molded down there, if you will. These athletes, when they come onto campus, they're like, these are the rules. These are how we do things here at Oregon State. This is the culture that we have built. And Mitch Canham's done a great job, and of course with Pat Casey still around, if you will. To be an influence to a lot of these kids. And we were watching it last night during these 2 games, and I was blown away at how relentless they were offensively. They were like, nope, we're not done. Keep it going. And so suddenly, here we are, a Monday elimination game. We had talked a little bit, you and I, not here on the air, but just off the air, like the elimination seeds, the 1 and the 2 elimination seeds with Vanderbilt and then Texas being eliminated yesterday. I mean, the seeding is, and then it happened in the softball World Series too. That's how Oregon made it to Oklahoma City. So what do you think about the seeding in this? I mean, it's just, baseball's just a different animal.
I will say City is the first seed not made ever. So that is unprecedented territory that they went out and lost, and they didn't even get to the championship game of that bracket. But you know, I mean, I think it goes to show that this year is really wide open. I mean, I think so far there are 5 regional hosts who've been eliminated, and then you've got what? 7 or so playing today. I'd have to look again at the ESPN bracket, but I mean, yeah, you've got, it's not easy. I mean, this is kind of a crazy, you know, scope of games. I mean, you've got 6 different games today. That's a lot.
Yeah.
How this normally goes, and yeah, you've got regional host playing in every single one of them. So this could be a day where you see another 3 teams go down where you're like, oh my gosh, like, you know, 8 teams who were seeded, who were hosts, didn't even get to the next round. I mean, you know, this is what happened a few years ago with Oregon too. Like, remember, Oregon went in as a number 3 seed in their regional, went and won their regional, and then the team on the other side of the bracket was Kent State, and they were the number 4 seed. They won their regional. All of a sudden, the Ducks are like, wait, we're hosting a super regional? And, like, the athletic staff is like, we weren't ready for this. Like, there's, like, people on vacation all over the place. Like, I know somebody on the Oregon athletic staff who had to cancel a vacation because
oh my God,
they got that super regional a few years ago. So, I mean, you know, I think college baseball is becoming more and more chaotic in terms of that, just as more and more baseball players continue to be good. And that's not a sport where you see a ton of NIL money compared to other sports. So it's a little bit, it's not as top heavy as you know, football and basketball can be.
Yeah, it looks like some of these, like the only game that's happened so far is North Carolina, Oklahoma. So North Carolina, the 5 seed, and they're up 10-3 in the top of the 8th as we speak. But Oregon State, you know, Oregon could have complained about, you know, not getting a national seed and how they beat Oregon State 4 times this year, all 4 games, in fact. But them laying an egg to Utah Valley State, and then who was the other one too? Who did they get eliminated by? Cal Poly, the Mustangs. Yes. I mean, that's just, I know that they're fuming and they're steaming, and they should be, But Oregon State has a golden opportunity to at least keep one team in this state right now alive and keep us, you and I, busy doing Coin Now stuff, right? Listen, 14 minutes until game time. I'm going to cut you loose. Do appreciate you popping on for a couple of minutes. I know you got to make that long trek over to Goss.
Got to make a bit of a hike with camera gear, which is always enjoyable.
I know.
So, yeah.
All right, do us all a favor. Bring home a victory tonight. Brenna Green, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, see you later. I'm gonna eliminate you from this by pushing buttons. This is how we do things here. What? Just like that. All right, Brenna Green joining us from down in Corvallis. 14 minutes now until game time. We won't lead you all the way up. Until then, you guys all need a potty break and got to get some snacks and sit down in front of ESPNU is going to be the channel. I believe that's, 727 if you've got Comcast or Xfinity. But keep it here on Coin Now because we're going to ride this wave as long as Oregon State is in this. Real quick, I do want to say a couple things about Omaha. I was lucky enough, 2006, 2007 to go over to Omaha. And people always will ask me in my nearly 25 years on TV here in Portland, what was the greatest sporting event you ever went to? And I will tell you, and I know some of you, if you're watching and listening, you guys will know it was electric because of how Oregon State played. A lot of those same characteristics we're seeing still in the program now. again, Brenna and I were just talking about the influence, the culture that has been built for Beaver baseball. And who would have thought it? I mean, I'll tell you what, when I was in high school, I would have never believed that Oregon State would be a premier program in college baseball. But here they are, one win away from a trip to the Super Regionals, which, of course, they would host, being the last and final national seed in those top 8. So Florida State would come to town, but first things first, Beavers got to get the victory today. But, yeah, going back to my my 2 back-to-back World Series that I covered. I was working at KGW at the time, and I said, send me after the first one. So the next year they go, and I said, send me. I'm the good luck charm. I promise we'll come back with a victory. And they had sent Ron Pivo actually the year before, I think it was 05. And Oregon State was eliminated, I think, in 2, maybe 3 games. So they were out pretty early. I think Georgia was the elimination game in that one. And so the Beavers came back. They beat North Carolina. And then I said, send me back again. Let's do this again. Back-to-back champs. So that was a whole lot of fun and some serious characters on that team. And then in 2018, beating Arkansas. And, yeah, maybe a little bit of a gift with that foul ball down the right field line that should have been caught. But, no, it was a whole lot of fun to cover those. I didn't go to the one in 2018, but, yeah, I was working with the Blazers, I think, at the time. No, I was here. I was here at Coin. Yeah. Anyway, it's all a big blur after a while. When you get into your mid-50s, sometimes your mind doesn't work the way it used to before, So, anyways, we are nearly 10 minutes away. We're going to cut things off here because I'm just a babbling idiot sometimes, and let you guys get on with your day. But thank you for tuning in. Do appreciate it. Go Beavs. We'll have the very latest at 5, 6. Hopefully the game's over by then. These games have been marathon games, as you guys all know. 3.5 hours that first game and just over 3 hours last night. So, yeah, 6.5 hours of baseball that the Beavs played yesterday. But, hey, forget about it. New day, lay your head down, get some rest, and we'll play some ball again. So we'll have the latest. Certainly we'll have a recap from Brenna coming up tonight at 10 and 11. Follow her on socials as well. She does a great job of keeping you up to date. One little note. I told you guys off the top about the starting lineup today. And Oregon State actually has a change, batting number 9 in the lineup. Please hold. Beaver baseball. I just saw that they had made a change. Jacob Craig now batting 9th in the 9 spot. So I don't know where he will be playing, but he will be batting number 9 for the Beavs. So the top of the lineup is still the same. Talt, Arquette, Turley, Weber, Caraway, Singer, Reeder, Macias, and now Mr. Jacob Craig. So, all right, there you go, my friends. Enjoy the game. Go Beavs. And, again, we'll be following the entire time. So hope you guys tune in. All right, that's going to do it for us.